One's hottest record.
You might have heard it at 6 o'clock tonight. Tonight's hottest record from Royal Blood and Pull Me Through. Mike and Ben now joining us to talk us through the track as we play it again at 6:30 p.m. tonight. And it looks as though mid-gym session?
Yeah, we're just pumping some irons.
Where in the world right now? Because you're on tour with Muse, right, Mike?
We are. We played with Muse last night in Switzerland, and tonight we play in Luxembourg. So yeah, we're getting ready for the show. Like Ben said, pumping some iron and just trying to push our boundaries, really.
Good.
Yeah, physically,
Mentally, emotionally.
spiritually.
Who benches more?
This guy. Bench Thatcher, we call him.
Bench Thatcher, yes. And do you do it with the sunnies on, Ben, and everything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly how I just wear the same clothes every day.
Well, let's talk Pull Me Through. A slightly different flavour of Royal Blood, I think it's probably fair to say. It'd be interesting to know whether this one maybe was dedicated like this because of the context of the song and what it's about, Mike, or was it more like a missing piece of the puzzle for you guys?
Yeah, I think we kind of let the song dictate where it needed to go. And it was conceived really by being sat at the piano and kind of writing it in a very, I guess, in a more traditional way. So we kind of felt like that was the skeleton of the song, really, and it was a different approach for us because it felt like our parts and our playing was kind of supporting the song and letting the song kind of be the thing that holds it together. I would say, like previous songs we usually do, it's kind of the muscle is what's keeping it, doing the heavy lifting, so to speak. So I think on this one, yeah, it was a fresh approach, and I think, it felt like new territory for us, which is kind of the reason you've got to make a record. It's got to feel new. It's got to feel like, you're doing something you haven't done yet. Yeah,
you have to, first and foremost, appease yourself in that sense, right? And keep the creative juices flowing. I mean, we've already established Royal Blood is a tough guy band, right? We're in the gym right now. We've been mentioning that the riffs are for the muscles, all that kind of thing. But I really love how this thing, it kind of feels like you're offering a handout in a way. It's quite vulnerable, I suppose.
Yeah, I think one thing we've learned is kind of over the years that it does require more confidence to do less. And I think there's a few other songs on this record that we've made that I guess just try a little less, and have a bit of breathing room and kind of, just the confidence to kind of believe in the songs enough to not overdress them or, overwork them.
There's an album called Back to the Water Below, brand new one from Royal Blood coming 1st of September, and this one totally self-produced this time around. And Ben, I'm wondering whether having that freedom of control for both of you, whether that's allowed you to really truly be at your very best.
Absolutely. Like Mike was saying, it's got to feel new and fresh, and Royal Blood is whatever comes from us two, and it's whatever those emotions or how we're feeling at those times come out in us and come through our music. And so that's where we've gone to with this record, and it feels that there's a depth to it, and it's exciting.
I'm so glad you guys feel like you're in this space where you can be totally free now. I think you're so deserving of having that opportunity, considering how hard you've worked and where you've gotten to. And I think a great example of that is your onstage presence at the moment. I've watched you live many, many times, but these last couple of times that I've watched you perform, you are utterly lethal out there at the moment. Glastonbury especially, I was watching side of stage, and, Ben, you're off the drums half the time. You're probably off the drums more than you're actually on the drums at this point. Mike, you're away from the pedals a whole lot more as well. There's this engagement with the fans and the audience out there. You're really feeling the love properly from them and giving it to them and receiving it back. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong again, but it feels like you're almost performing differently. You're performing more confidently as well.
Yes, I think there's a new level of connection between Ben and I think that is really that's the fuel of the show. I think the two of us kind of feel the most aligned that we ever have.
It sounds like it's an amazing time to be in Royal Blood right now, and they are tonight's hottest record. And I think this new album, Back to the Water Below, coming 1st of September, will be Royal Blood quite literally at their very best. It sounds fantastic and can't wait for it. Tonight's hottest record taken from it. Mike and Ben, thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
For one more time, let's run Royal Blood. This is Pull Me Through.